Hello, this is Sherry with Sherry's Paint and Pad, and today we are going to draw a dragonfly, and then we're going to color it in. Now you can color it in with either crayons or you can color it in with markers. It's completely up to you. I'm going to start off my drawing just so that you guys can see it. I was going to do it with a pencil, but really I want you guys to be able to get a good view of it as I'm drawing it. So I'm going to start off with a black Sharpie, okay? All right, guys. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to start off with my dragonfly's body. So I'm going to start right here. We're going to do everything on the center of our page long ways, okay? Just using regular paper. You can use art paper, copy paper, whatever kind of paper you want to use. All right, so the first part of my body is I'm going to come down just a little bit right here in the center part of my page. And I'm going to kind of draw a little bitty half moon right there, and that's going to be the top part. You guys can see that. All right, and then I'm going to kind of come down, and I'm going to make it kind of like a little oval, and I'm going to come around. And you see how that connects right there. Okay? That's going to be one part of my dragonfly's body. All right. Now that I've got that, I'm going to come over on this corner right over here, and I'm going to come up a little bit with a little hoop, just like that. Up with a little hoop. Same thing on this side. I'm going to come up with a little hoop. Okay. Then I'm going to kind of curve up, and I'm going to go up like that. Right like that. Okay. And that's going to be the head of my dragonfly. So I now have the head, and I have one part of his little body, or her little body, whatever we want to call it, okay? Now at this point, I'm going to come down from here, and I'm going to draw another little section. You see how I'm kind of looping that around right there? Just kind of came down from this side and around to over that side. Okay. Now I'm going to follow that same pattern for my next one. And as I do each one, I'm going to note, if you take notice, they're going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. These two lines here are going to come closer and closer together, okay? So I'm going to keep following that same pattern. And if you take notice, they're getting closer and closer together. You can even make them longer. It's completely up to you. All right, and they're going to come closer and closer together until I get an itty bitty tip, like this one. Okay, so if you notice, I started up here, and as I came down, my two lines on the side got closer and closer together. That way it's more narrower, because at the very end of our dragonfly, that's his tail, okay? All right. I'm going to give you guys just a moment to do that. Okay, very good. Next thing I want to do is I'm going to come over and I'm going to start my wingspan. So I'm going to come right here in this corner right here. You see where his head touches part of his body, that very corner right there? That's where I'm going to start my wingspan, and I'm going to bring it on out, and I'm going to bring it down. And I brought it down to the bottom of that second hoop, okay? So I have my first hoop, and then I have my second hoop, and I brought that wingspan down to the bottom of that second hoop, all right? We're going to do the same thing for the other side. I'm going to come up, and I'm going to curve that down to that second hoop. Okay, very good. Now, for my bottom part of my wingspan, I'm going to come here. I'm going to come out just a little bit from this wing. So like right here from this wing, okay? I'm going to come out here. And then that's going to curve up. Same thing over here. I'm going to come out. And then that's going to curve up. Okay? Very good. Next thing I want to do is I want to give my dragonfly some antennas. So I'm going to come up here on this side of his head, and I'm going to come up and do a little swirl right there. And I'm going to do the same thing for this side. I'm going to come up, and I'm going to do a swirl right there. Okay. Now we get to come in and we're going to do some designs inside of our wings just to separate it, because we want this to be a colorful dragonfly. So I'm just going to come here and I'm just going to do little bitty half circles. You see how I'm doing half circles right there? Half circles on the top part of the top wing. And then I'm going to come here and I'm going to go the opposite direction on the bottom, doing half circles. Okay. Let's do the same thing for the other side. Up here at this very top part, I'm going to do half circles. And then down at the bottom, same thing. I'm going to do half circles. All right. Now you have the option here. You can either do the same thing we just did to our top wing to our bottom wings if you want to. I'm going to let you guys do that and create your own dragonfly. However, I'm going to do my bottom a little different. I think down here I want to do circles. So I'm going to do like a half circle right there where it meets right there. I'm going to give a little bit of space. And I'm going to do another circle right there. And then I'm going to, on the very tip, I'm going to do a little half circle right there. So I want my bottom wings to be a little bit different from my top wings. But now if you want yours to be the same, by all means, go ahead and you can do your bottom wings just like your top one. Now that I've done that to my bottom wing, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do the same thing to this side. I'm going to do a half circle there. Skip a space, and I'm going to do a whole circle. Skip a space, and then right there at that tip, I'm going to do another half circle. Okay, I'm going to give you guys just a moment to finish up on that dragonfly. I think I want to actually color mine in with markers. So if you want to do markers, by all means you can. If you want to do crayons, let's go for it. All right. So now that we have drawn our dragonfly, now we get to color it in, okay? So I think I want some yellow. So I'm going to color, you guys can choose whatever colors you want to choose, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color in a couple of my half circles on my top wings. Yellow, like I'm going to do that one. I'm going to skip this one. I think I want to do this one in yellow. Okay. I'm going to skip that one and I'm going to do this very tip right here in the yellow. And then I'll come over here and I'll do this one. So as you can see, like I'm doing every other half circle in the yellow. I'm going to do my other top wing just like I did this one, okay? Okay. Now I do want some yellow into the bottom wings. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to paint my circles yellow or color my circles yellow. I think I'm going to color outside of the circles yellow that's in the wings. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to color this part yellow just because I want to be able to tie it in together. And I want it to look a little uniformed. All right. So there we go. I have my wings done. Now I think I want to add a little bit of yellow into my body of my dragonfly. So I think I'm going to do my tip in yellow. And then I think I'm going to come up 2. And I'll do my third one in yellow. Run 2. And then I think I will come up 2 again. And I'll do that one in yellow. That way I have yellow in every part of my dragonfly. I've got it in both of my top wings. I have it in both of my bottom wings. And I have yellow in my body. Okay, I'm going to give you guys just a moment to finish that part up. All right, so another one of my favorite colors is like this beautiful little mint color. Now everybody may not have this color. Of course, this is your dragonfly. I want you to be creative and put your own little spin on your colors of your dragonfly. So if you want to use a different color, by all means, help yourself to it. I'm going to use this mint color. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here, and on my other half circles, I'm going to color it in on my top wings. I really like these colors together. All right, so I have my first wing done. I'm gonna come over here, I'm gonna do my second wing. And both of my wings done. All right, so I'm going to come down on my bottom wing, and I think I don't want to do all of my circles in the yellow. I think I'm going to do this tip here. I mean, not yellow, but in the mint. I'm going to do this tip here. And then I'm going to do this one here closer to my body. We want these to be really bright and colorful. Same thing over here. I'm going to do the one next to the body. Okay, and I'm going to do my tip. All right. So I have my mint in my wings. And now I'm going to add some into my body here. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here. Since I have the mint right here, I don't want to put mint in the center part. So I'm going to skip that one. And I'm going to put it right below. So it's going to be yellow, my first color. Then I'm going to skip one, and I'm going to do my mint in that next one. All right. Same thing. I'm going to come here. I've got my yellow, my first color, and then I'm going to skip one, and I'm going to do my mint here. Okay. So again, I have mint in both of sets of my wings. I've got my top wings, my bottom wings, and I also have mint in my body. Okay. All right, so I think the next color I want to use, because I really want a bright, pretty dragonfly, I think I'm going to use a hot pink right here, okay? So I want it to really, really stand out. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do this big section here on my top wings. I'm going to color these in with a hot pink. Ooh, look at how bright that is. Okay, guys, I am loving that. All right, so I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do the same thing to this side. So I have the pink in my top wings. I'm going to come in here, I'm going to add the pink in my white circles. Now if you did yours the same, your bottom wings, just like your top wings, you're going to do them in the same colors, okay? All right. Very good, very good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and I'm going to put pink in this part of my body. And I'm going to put it down here at the bottom part that's white. Now, if by chance you have more pieces to your body, just space it out and add in some colors. Okay? So I think that's all the pink I'm going to do. All right. The next color I think I'm going to use is going to be purple. And I'm going to put purple in this part of my body right here. Like I said before, I want this to be bright and colorful. And I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to do my head in the purple too. I really like that purple. So I'm going to do my head in the purple as well. Now again, you can choose your own colors. All right. There we go. So I think the next thing I want to do is I kind of want my background to be two-toned. So I'm going to pick two colors that I want to do my background in. I'm thinking I'm going to want to do it in an orange. And I think I want to do it in, let's see here. I don't think I want to do green because I have the mint in there. This is a really pretty pink. It's like a pale pink. If I do that, do I really want orange? Tell you what I'll do. We have a little lighter orange, two pastels. So I'm going to use a pastel orange and a pastel pink for my background, okay? Of course, you guys can use whatever colors you want to use for your background. I'm going to start off with my orange because I'm not going to use a whole lot of orange. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of come here around my dragonfly and I'm just kind of roughing up the edges. I don't really care for it to be solid. It's more like it's going to be more like a shadow. It doesn't have to be a solid color. If you look at mine, you can see where I'm just really making it quite scruffy. See how I'm doing that? Okay. Just kind of creating a bit of a shadow with it. Okay. I'm going to do that going all the way around my dragonfly. And again, if you look at that, you see it's not real solid. It's kind of scruffy here. All right, so I'm going to do that coming all the way around. I can still see some white coming in between. The more imperfect it is, the better it will be. So I have that. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my other color, and I'm going to start off by just being really scruffy with it all over, because I personally like having some of the white coming through, but it's up to you. If you want to color it in solid, you can color it in solid. This is your artwork. You do it how you want to do it. I think I want mine to be a little shaggy. So like I said, if you want to color yours in perfectly all the way through, by all means, go for it. I can tell you there is no right way and there is no wrong way to create art. It's all a matter of what you like and how you feel you want your artwork done. So far, that's what I got. We're going to go right over those antennas because it's black, so we'll be able to see those. No big deal. We do not have to do anything else to them. We're going to carry our color all the way to the top of our paper. All right. So that is my dragonfly. I think it's beautiful. It's very bright and colorful. I hope you guys have enjoyed drawing a dragonfly and coloring it in with me with your markers. All right, you have a wonderful day. Thank you for doing it with me.